It's fair use, fair use. We're gonna go watch this. Cause hey, they tell you art imitates life. And truth is stranger than fiction, right? So yeah, let's go and check this out.
Is ironically about what happens when mercy no longer exists. Let me break it down. So the movie begins in a slightly futuristic version of the world, right? I mean, it takes place in Los Angeles, and honestly, it's really not too far off. Like, it's 2026. Come on.
And mass unemployment and homelessness drove Los Angeles into a crime epidemic.
The law has no power, crime is everywhere, and violence is basically the normal way of life. See, Habakkuk 1 verse 4, it says, "Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. The wicked doth compass over the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceeded." See, when a culture gets to this point, that's when truth is restrained. And all that's left is just corruption.
Violent capital offenders are now judged by artificial intelligence, which reduces the need for lengthy trials.
See, because of this, a new program starts called Mercy, where instead of court, criminals, they get to sit in front of Judge Maddox, an AI-generated person who basically becomes judge, jury, executioner.
Since launching this program, Mercy has already impartially judged, sentenced, and executed 18 individuals.
See, Judge Maddox is a non-biased AI, but also sees all digitally. So basically, it's artificial omniscience, a false god. James chapter 4 verse 12, it says there is only one lawgiver who is able to save and to destroy. Who art thou that judgest another? See, only God has the right to judge a soul.
The freedoms that all Americans cherish are now protected by a system designed to eliminate threats.
See, in the mercy court, you're guilty until proven innocent. So now Chris, he basically has 90 minutes in order to prove that he's innocent, or else he's going to be executed. That is not justice. Ecclesiastes 3:16 says, "In the place of judgment, wickedness was there. In the place of righteousness, iniquity was there." See, the mercy court isn't a courtroom at all. It's just a place for condemnation.
City thanks you for participating in the Mercy program. Your contribution will restore peace and stability to our communities.
So now Chris, he doesn't remember anything about that morning, right? He remembers certain parts, but nothing leading up to his wife's death. So now he was out for a certain amount of time, and pay attention to what that time was.
Oh, wait, how long was I out?
5 hours, 26 minutes.
See, that time is not random. Matthew chapter 5, verse 26, it says, "Thou shalt by no means come out thence until thou hast paid the uttermost farthing." So in other words, you don't leave prison until the debt is paid. And that's basically the whole system of mercy. There's no cross, no redeemer. You pay for sin yourself.
There is a mistake. I will uncover it. But you must comply with the rules before I can.
Now, the AI has access to everything. It has access to cameras, your phone records, you're tracking your phone, where you've been, where you're going, where you are, right? Like, all types of stuff. And all of the evidence puts Chris at 98% guilty.
Based on available evidence, I have already judged your probability of guilt to be 97.5%.
But see, Chris, he also has access to the same technology to try and prove that he's innocent.
It only proved mercy if it looked like people had an opportunity to defend themselves.
And then we found out that Chris was originally a huge proponent for the Mercy program. He actually was one of the locked up the first member. And now the reason why he was doing this is because he watched his partner get killed, and basically the killer got scot-free.
Verdict 4B, we the jury find the defendant Alex Varga not guilty of the murder of Ray J.
See, the courts failed him, so he turned to technology. That's really just modern humanity. When God doesn't work on your timeline, you just replace him. 1 Samuel 8 verse 5, it literally shows us that the Israelites, because of their corrupt leaders, they were asking for a king to judge them, not God. See, in rejecting God, they just chose a system.
I thought I was doing the right thing. Catch the bad guy, let the courts punish him. But they didn't.
Now, what's crazy is like this movie actually really shows us how close we are to basically a surveillance state. Like the power that the AI has to track everything and see everything. Like I'm sure there's systems like that today.
This is every individual your wife had regular contact with.
See, all of this technology is really just us as people giving away our freedoms for the illusion of safety and convenience. And that's how a surveillance state starts. See, the real message of mercy is that if mercy is removed and judgment is automated, then none of us survive the trial. Psalm 130 verse 3, it says, "If thou, Lord, shouldst mark iniquities, who, O Lord, shall stand?"
Human or AI. We all make mistakes.
See, that's why the gospel is not about a better system. It's about a savior who took your place. Because one day you are going to stand in a real court, and it's not going to be AI on the throne. Follow God on Film.
So yeah, this Jake, what he does is on TikTok, he breaks down movies, okay, and filter them through the scriptures. Sometimes he goes off on things because he's looking at it through a view of Christianity instead of looking at it through the view of him being a Jake, okay. Which once you understand that you the Jake and you the people of the book and you the true Hebrew Israelites, then your perception of reality starts changing. Okay. Now, that movie, I suggest you brothers watching. The movie was good. So we gonna get some scriptures and get into it. 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Everybody know who this devil is now. Okay, they know that he plans on using this technology to insert the MOTB in you and set up his own version of a technique. This is why you're living through a collapse now. Okay? This is all part of his move to establish his beast system. Okay? Who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he is God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And this man has a God complex. Okay? He had it in the past. He had it on the second temple when they sat in the second temple. They eventually destroyed the temple. He still has a God complex today. Okay, you see how they're talking to these Iranians, talking about they gonna do this and do that, even though we know that they're losing the war. Okay, they covered up all the images. Okay, they set themselves up, covered over the paintings, all the paintings. And they're trying to put this technology in people so they can control your thoughts. Second Thessalonians 2 verse 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. Isaiah 14 verse 13. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Yeah, this man, he's getting ready to be destroyed. He think that he's going to win, but he's going to lose. So yeah, let's go and get into this. Barakatah Hawa, Barakatah Hawashah, Barakatah Hawa, Barakatah Hawashah, Barakatah Hawa, Barakatah Hawashah. Call Allah Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Shalom and salutations to those that teach the likewise doctrine. Shalom to the Akim and Aqua. Shalom to the scattered Israelites across the four corners of the planet. May the Most High and the Son be with you during these trying times. Now, in this movie, Mercy, they try to make it seem like it's just a movie, but it's really not. Remember, they're pursuing this right now. Okay? You already have Jakes that have been falsely accused because of this AI. And the AI has been proven to be programmed by these devils against you Jakes. Remember this story? Check this out. There's report after report. It says several black men, Robert Williams, Najir Parks, Randall Weed, and Michael Oliver had been wrongly arrested due to flawed facial recognition technology. You see, these cases often involve police relying or failing to disclose low-quality AI-generated matches, highly deep systematic racial biases in AI algorithms. And check this out. Just keep going. It just goes on and on. Look, Williams versus the city of Detroit. ABC News, black man wrongly arrested because of incorrect facial recognition. NYPD facial recognition tool landed the wrong man in jail. AI leads to wrongful arrest of Lee County man. So they even snatching up six-pack Brads. You see that? It's a flawed facial recognition technology lead to wrongful arrest of men. See? And it just goes on and on and on. Jailed over police AI program, then free 17 months after victim. Oh, wow. So he was in prison for 17 months based on artificial intelligence. You see? And this is why they want to also put that MOTBN people, so they think they can bring down crime. And it's going to go down for a little bit. All right? So yeah, let me show you something else. I don't know how they did this. It's a innocent woman arrested 1,200 miles away from the crime, lost her home, her livelihood, and spent 6 months in jail, all because of an AI error. And see, that is starting to affect white folk. The same way that ICE has shot them two white folk. That is affecting them. You see, but when everything was going bad for Jake, everything falling apart for us, what would they say? Oh, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. They guilty, you know? So now they programmed this AI, and this AI is treating them the same damn way. You see that? And that's what this movie Mercy is about. Okay? Because, you know what they say, art imitates life. They say, what happened to Angela Lips read like a cautionary tale about technology and more like a full collapse of common sense. Yeah, because that's the whole point. They don't want you thinking for yourself. They want you just to listen to what they have to say. Okay? This is where this place is headed at. They don't want you thinking for yourself. They want to control and do as I say. That's the attitude they come in. And reporting for the Grand Forks Herald, Matt Henson laid out how a 50-year-old grandmother from North Central Tennessee ended up spending nearly 6 months in jail after Fargo police used facial recognition software in a bank fraud investigation and included she was the woman in the surveillance footage. She says she had never been to North Dakota, did not know anyone there, and had never even been on an airplane until authorities flew her there in custody to face charges. So they spent thousands of dollars to go across the country to go get someone based on AI. There was a lie. It say attorneys and commentator Steve Letto reacted to the same case on Letto's Law, put it in even plainer language. An innocent woman was dragged more than 1,200 miles away from a crime scene, jailed for months, had her life wrecked because officials appear to have trusted a computer match more than basic detective work. Yeah. And see, these phones are designed to make us lazy on purpose. Okay? And it's crazy. But this is where this is headed at. They say this was not a science fiction glitch or some futuristic robot making an arrest on its own. It was a chain of human choices, each one apparently accepting the previous mistake is good enough. By the time anyone seriously looked into whether Angela Lips could have committed the crime, she had already lost half a year of her life. And see, you know what? This stuff gonna start affecting them. When we told them, you know, when we would complain, they were, oh, we don't want to hear you. You're always saying this about race. You're always saying this and saying that, but now it's happening to them. You see? And now she became a fugitive. So seeing this movie, Mercy, this is where all this is headed at. They're going to use this AI, and this AI is going to actually be judge and jury. And don't be surprised if it becomes executioner too, especially for those of us who are going to refuse this MOTB. So we're going to get some scriptures and leave it there because, hey, that movie Mercy is soon going to be real life, okay? It says she was taken away at gunpoint and booked into her county jail as a fugitive from justice from North Dakota. You see that? So they took her away at gunpoint. You see? And since we know we starting to head into Jacob's trouble, you're going to see more of this happen more because it's AI, because we know that it's been proven to be biased anyway because of these devils that are programmed it. You see? And we know eventually they're going to have these AI bots out here. They may have one of Elon Musk's Optimus robots jump out of a Tesla truck and roll up to your front door, you see, and just lie on you, and if you don't listen, put a bullet in the side of your head. This is where this is where all this is going to be heading at. I know it sound like, I know it sound crazy, but look at what this man is doing now. He's in the middle of a war over in Iran based on lies. How many times have people lied on us and burned down the entire city, burned down churches, based on lies? You see that? Isaiah 10 verse 1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that work grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will ye do in the day of visitation and in the desolation which will come from far? To whom will ye flee for help, and where will you leave your glory? You see that? The Most High is going to return all this recompense upon their head. All this stuff they doing is going to be pretty soon brought to light. Without me thou shalt bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. You see? And hey, this man is still carrying on. He's ready to go into World War III. He's ready to cause an uptick in Jacob's trouble against you Jakes. Okay? And his ultimate goal is to get everyone to take that MOTB. And if you don't take it, he may have AI unalive you. Okay? We may have to lose our heads over this truth. Isaiah 10 verse 5, O Assyrian, the rod of my anger and the staff, and their hand is my indignation. You see that? So yeah, man, this is where all this is headed at. I suggest you brothers check out that movie because truth is stranger than fiction. I'll see you again real soon. Call Halal, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Shalom.
And it's not going to be AI on the throne. Follow God on Film for more. The movie Mercy is ironically about what happens when mercy no longer exists.